Hey everybody, I am Just a Dude and welcome to my video channel. Today we're going to take a trip back in time. About a year ago. We're going to revisit the Nick Sandmann story. But before we get into that, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on that little bell notification so every time I make an upload, you will see it first. And also, after you click the subscribe button, there'll be a little drop down there. Make sure to hit all so you get all the latest videos and updates from my video channel. All right, folks, without any further ado, let's get into this article. It comes via ChristianHeadlines.com. Covington Catholic School student Nick Sandmann returns to March for Life 1 year after confrontation. And we all remember this one, right, folks? Where it looked like an elderly gentleman, maybe possibly of Native American descent, was standing right in the face of a 16-year-old kid who actually didn't do anything. But because he appeared possibly to have a little bit of a smirk on his face, he was deemed a racist, a hater, a Trump lover. He was the worst thing around. Until another video came out showing the entire episode of what happened, about how there was another group of people there antagonizing the young students who were there for the pro-life event, how Nathan actually walked up to Nick, was taunting him, talking to him, ringing his bell in his face, and Nick Sandmann didn't do anything. But yet he was the one that was demonized because, well, let's honestly, he supports Trump. So therefore he could be deemed the racist. He could be deemed, because he was a pro-lifer too. Whoa, that's a double barrel there, right? Really bad, right? All right, without any more of my exposition, let's get into the article. The high school student who was criticized last year for an encounter with a Native American activist at the 2019 March for Life says he was glad to be back at this year's March for Life. Good. This is good because this would intimidate a lot of people. This could actually bring a lot of people down where they're like, I ain't going out of my house anymore. I'm not going to deal with this kind of nonsense. Get my name smeared through the media and the news organizations like I'm a bad person. He's like, no, I was right. I'm going to go back next year and do it all over again. Good for you, Nick. Good for you. Continuing, I will never pass on an opportunity to march for life. Nick Sandmann wrote with a post of 4 photos from the march, the Western Journal reports. And the link is in the article, and also, like I said, all these links will be available in my description. Continuing, in 2019, Sandmann and some classmates from Covington Catholic High School were recorded at the March for Life event. Sandmann was wearing a red Make America Great Again cap. Oh, he must be the devil. And Native American activist Nathan Phillips was playing a drum and singing. Yeah, right in front of Nick Sandmann's face. But yet, he looked like he was the bad guy and he hadn't moved. It was Nathan who went to him and confronted him and got in his face. It's amazing how the media can twist and be slick-tongued and manipulate things to the way they want it to if they have an agenda, which obviously, basically, all of today's media and news organizations have an agenda. We're all progressive, and that's it. If you don't agree with us, you're the devil. Continuing. In the video, the two stand face-to-face with Sandmann appearing to stare down Phillips. Around them, a group of students chanted and rallied. The video went viral soon after. Initial media reports suggested that Sandmann, then 16, was trying to bully Phillips, but later video showed that Sandmann was trying to defuse the situation. He was. You want to know how? He didn't do anything. He just stood there like a good kid. He didn't do anything to promote any of those actions that were put to him by Nathan Phillips. He was being tested. He was being pushed. They wanted him to do something, but he didn't. So he just kind of calmly just whatever, smiled and looked into the sky. Quote, Exactly 1 year ago today, Nathan Phillips approached after the March for Life in Washington, D.C. Sandmann tweeted, "Today, I stood in the exact same spot I had a year ago and did my first fair interview compared to the setup at NBC. Yeah, we all know that. I won't ever be bullied or surrender. Thanks for all your support." You go get him, Nick. I'll tell you what, that is a brave 17 now year old kid who has got a great future ahead of him, because as long as he stands with God, does the right things, these little twerps like NBC, CBS, and ABC can try to ruin his life. But the bare bones of it, the essence of it, they won't be able to touch him, because what's inside is strong. Continuing, Sandmann had sued a number of media outlets for what he said was biased reporting of the 2019 encounter. According to Fox News, the lawsuit against CNN was settled, and others are pending. Good. Fantastic. I love it. These guys can't get away, and they shouldn't get away, with slandering someone's reputation and who they are simply because they have a political agenda in mind and they think they can manipulate truth and logic and knowledge and something that's clearly seen just because it doesn't suit what they want. So what they'll do is they'll do all those nasty things, turn it around, try to ruin a young kid's life because it makes them feel good. A lot of feelings going on around here lately, but everybody does things for feelings and political motivations and identity politics and social justice warrior stuff. And they're justifying themselves by doing this stuff because they think that that's right and it's okay. Guess what? The United States Constitution isn't built on feelings. It isn't built on illogic. Truth, justice is the American way. Anything that deviates from that, whoever is responsible for that and not following that, is not doing the American thing. And truth and justice actually comes from the Judeo-Christian belief right out of the Bible. So, these guys here have it coming to them. And I'm sure CNN had to pay a hefty amount to Nick Sandmann, and I think he's going to have a nice comfortable future because of this blunder and this travesty they did to his reputation. It will haunt him probably the rest of his life, no matter where he goes, because he is online forever. All the stories and all these people who don't know him, who just want to do research on him, the stories that are to come up because of the assistance of Google won't be the ones vindicating his position. No. They're going to be the position that is going to vindicate NBC, ABC, and CBS, even if they, took it back or they got sued and had to pay millions of dollars. It's going to haunt him the rest of his life. Finishing up with the article. The problem is that these media outlets have forever defined who Nick Sandmann is, said Sandmann's attorney, Todd McMurtry. And there is not much that he can do in response to that. No matter where he goes or with whom he speaks, they're going to go back and half the people are going to think he is a terrible racist in a Make America Great Again hat. That's true. There's nothing inherent about wearing the Trump hat. Where I lived not too long ago, about 10 miles from my house, which this kind of stuff in my area is unheard of, somebody was wearing a Make America Great hat again, and they were attacked. But fortunately, the guy was carrying a gun. He didn't shoot anybody, but as soon as he pulled that gun out, they stopped trying to beat him up. I say, good for the guy. Remember that old adage, and probably kids today, millennials and maybe Gen Yers, I don't know, or Gen whatevers, what do they call them? I'm a Gen Xer, so you have the Gen Ys, and then you have the Gen I don't knows, and then you have the millennials, right? Do these kids remember this phrase? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will not hurt me. That adage was meant to avoid nonsense. If someone's wearing a hat you don't like, a shirt you don't like, he stands for something you don't like, if he is not physically inhibiting you from your freedom to live, if he is not assaulting you or your property, then you know what? You don't touch him or her. They are expressing their freedom of speech. Nothing should be able to inhibit them at all. And when you go attacking someone for something just because in principle you don't agree with them without any physical altercations, you are asking for retribution in return. And if these boneheads out there like Antifa and all these other leftist groups are taking this to another level of violence. Oh, and as a side note, was it last week, the Virginia state had that whole gathering at Virginia Capitol with all the gun rights activists, and all the media was like, there's going to be riots, there's going to be white Nazis, there's going to be, you know, attacks and this, that. Not one incident. Not one. There were, like, they estimated, the police had about 20,000 people. Other estimates say it's more closer to 100,000 people. Not one incident during that whole gun rights demonstration of disrespect. And another thing to boot, they cleaned up their mess. They cleaned the streets before they left if they made any messes. Can you say that about Antifa? The radical communists who want to destroy capitalism in our country and our constitution? No. There's videos all over YouTube showing how violent these socialist, leftist, communists get. Eventually, hopefully not, but if it persists and it continues, they will regret that. Everyone needs to gear towards peace. Everyone needs to calm down. But you kind of see in the media and in the news and online this perpetual kind of antagonization, like Nathan Phillips was kind of doing to Nick Sandmann last year. If you're not going to attack me for what I stand for, then I'm going to go to you. I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to bang the drum and I'm going to get in your face till you can't take it anymore and you just attack. That's the impression that a lot of conservatives, Christians, libertarians are getting from people who define themselves as liberals, progressives, and we're not going to fall for it. It's just sad. Alright folks, that's all I have for you today. Remember, like the video, comment below, let me know what you think about this Nick Sandmann story. I think it's a nice little, pick-me-up story, to be honest with you. Nick Sandmann was attacked last year, and now he's probably either got $100,000, couple $100,000 in the bank because of what CNN paid out, or a couple million. And he's probably still got more coming to him because of NBC, ABC, CBS, and all the negative things they said about him last year that were true and unverified. What do you think of this? I think it's a good story. And I think it's even better because Nick Sandmann went back there and did it all over again. And he did it the right way. Alright folks, that's all I have for you today. Until next time, what do I always say? I say, take care guys. And as always, and most importantly, God bless. Bye now.